Shut up and sit down.
What's the story, Internet? Hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far today. I hope you all enjoyed the week's football, and I hope you're all ready for a weekend full of football. So unusually I'm going to be posting this up on Thursday because there is actually a Friday match. So there's no point in posting it on Friday because you missed that one. So before I get into it, I just want to go through a couple of Europa League matches which were upsets or big matches, or interesting results rather. So Roma 0, CSKA Sofia 0. Not bad for CSKA Sofia, well done. Slavia Praha 1, Leverkusen 0. Well done to Slavia Praha. And the big one, biggest of the big ones, Royal Antwerp 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Fair play to them. Honestly, fair play to them. And an interesting thing I saw earlier on today, there is only one undefeated side in England and Scotland left. I'll give you a couple of seconds just to guess what team it is. It's probably not the one you're thinking of. And yes, there is a reason I mentioned Scotland, because it's Rangers. So fair play to Steven Gerrard. He's done very well with the Rangers side that has obviously been sort of on the back seat because of everything that happened. They got relegated to the third division in Scotland, the whole administration palaver, Celtic dominating football again in Scotland for the last 5 or 6 years. Only came back up to the Scottish Premiership recently, and again they were in obscurity. They lost to Celtic again, and you know, it's back to the same old two-horse race that it always used to be, but at the same time it's kind of nice to see that they're back in the thick of things. So fair play to them, and fair play to them for having that honourable statistic. So but let's jump right into the Premier League. So well, before I say that, I've looked at the other leagues. Not to say there's not big matches, but there's no rivalries, there's no derbies, not like a Milan derby or the Riviera derby in Germany, at least any that stick out for Friday and Saturday. I'm going to keep looking in case there's one for Sunday and Monday, but that's the reason I'm only talking about the Premier League this week. Nothing majorly jumping out. So Wolves versus Crystal Palace should be an interesting match, especially after Wolves drew last time out and Crystal Palace won, so Wolves will be wanting to rectify that after their draw with Newcastle. Crystal Palace, they're like a roller coaster at the minute. One week they're amazing, like when they played Manchester United. The next week they're awful. And then Wolves, who knows what's going on with that team at the moment. So I think this should be very interesting to see the balance of the two teams at the moment. I'm going to say that Wolves is going to win. I think that they're going to have one of their on weeks, and I think Crystal Palace isn't going to know how to deal with them. And yeah, I think Wolves is going to win. I'm going to say 2-1. And if you wanted to watch that match here in America, it is on NBCSN or Universal. Now, I think to remember the times are a little bit out of whack because England set the clocks back last weekend. America doesn't until this weekend, so until Sunday the times won't be back to normal again. So Saturday we've got Sheffield United versus Manchester City. Sheffield United were so unlucky last time out against Liverpool, and I think they'll want to fight back. Manchester City are very vulnerable at the moment. They drew against West Ham, they've lost against Leicester. They're looking very, very shaky at the moment. Not saying that this is going to be Sheffield United's day, but if they were going to strike, now is the time. Now is the time for Sheffield to strike and for them to take advantage. So it is at home, as much as home field advantage can mean anything at the moment. But yeah, I think if they were going to take advantage, now is that time to strike while the iron is hot. And that one is going to be on Peacock. Next one, Burnley versus Chelsea. Chelsea are just looking too good at the moment, and Burnley are looking too shaky. Burnley only lost 1-0 to Tottenham on Monday, and then Chelsea drew 0-0. So Chelsea will be wanting to rectify that, because not that a draw is a bad result, but they just sort of shut up shop, and they weren't able to do anything against a Manchester United team that also shut up shop. So they'll be wanting to change that. And I think that Burnley's a good team for them to come back and do that. But Burnley have the capacity, especially when their defence is firing on all cylinders, to surprise a team like Chelsea. So I'm going to say, just because Chelsea have been either letting go so many leads or bringing back a draw so late, that it's actually going to be a draw. I'm going to say that this is a 2-2 draw. So I know, a bit of a contentious one, but I just have a feeling that the way that these two teams play, that's a good prediction right there. And that match is going to be on NBCSN and Universo. Next match is Liverpool versus West Ham. So, as I mentioned previously, West Ham drew 1-0 with Manchester City. They've been undefeated in their last 6 matches. Everyone feared that when David Moyes recovered from COVID that they were going to be in trouble, but no, they've just continued and continued. So fair play to them. Liverpool are obviously sort of up and down at the moment. No Virgil van Dijk, still no Alisson. We saw that didn't make too much of a difference against Sheffield United last week, but at the same time, West Ham are so resilient right now. I think this is going to be a shock result. Not necessarily going to say that West Ham is going to win, but I think they're at least going to draw. I think they're going to leave with at least the 1 point from Anfield. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I think if any time for them to come back, just like I was saying with Sheffield United, and beat a team like this, now is that time. So let's see how the chosen one gets on and see how that works. And if we wanted to watch that, that is going to be on NBC and Universo. So that's it for Friday and Saturday's matches. I'm going to get this up so that it's ready, so that we can, so that people know about the Wolves versus Crystal Palace match, and then I will momentarily record one for Sunday and Monday going into that football. So I hope you've all had a wonderful day. I hope you're all staying safe and keeping out of trouble. Thank you very much for watching, and ta-ra for now.